Alright guys, a little loud, the Freightliner's running, but there's the bus on the Freightliner. Getting ready to take it down to the scrapyard. I called the scrapyard back after somebody commented saying that you don't get prepared price on sheet metal, just structural. So I called the scrapyard back. They said no, they were going to pay more if it was prepared. Well, then I started doing the math, and you figure out if I take out all the stuff that they don't want, the plastic and the rubber floor and the wood underneath it and all the nonsense to make it prepared, well, I'm just losing weight, and then you're not really gaining much of anything. So I just decided to cut it loose as it was. We got all the stuff we wanted off of it, and we got it sitting on here. It's 30 feet long, so I got a little bit of overhang, but it's all right. Just want to show you how we did this. I don't know if this is the absolute best way to do it, but it's sitting on the edges also and sitting on the corners, but it won't move, that's for sure. So I had to take the ramps off the back because they would have stood up right here. So we took the ramps off, and it's about ready to go. And Brandon's going to follow me down in the pickup truck because this is a awful lot of lumber. We got it up in the front and underneath the battery box, and everywhere we could get it to make it more stable. So we're going to run across scale, see what it weighs, and I'll let you know what this bus body weighed. The only thing that we removed really that weighed anything was the seats, I guess. Everything else is pretty much in there. So, alright, we're going to get on our way. Okay guys, as you can see behind me, I'm in the Freightliner, and I got the bus on the back. I am just under 40 feet, which is as long as I can be in the state of Ohio. Of course, I'm taking the back roads because this is a little bit less than ideal situation with this bus and how it's sitting on the overhang. I was going to put it on the 30-foot decked over trailer, but after measuring, I came in at just 13 feet tall. So I'm just under where I need to be. So hopefully I can just get in here, get it unloaded, and be good. Everything goes okay. Based on how the truck feels and how it's handling, I'm going to take a stab in the dark here and say that the bus body is going to weigh somewhere in the 10,000 pound range. I'm not certain, but the way the truck feels, it definitely feels like we could be in that area. When I get to the scrapyard, I'll get a picture of what our weight is loaded, and then when we're empty, so we can see exactly what it weighs, just the bus body itself. So an update on the bus. I have been thinking about that bus frame and the project I have planned, and after doing some more measuring and all this, I still haven't come to a conclusion as to what I'm going to do. The project I have planned requires me to move the front axle regardless. It has to be moved. It's too far back, and I'm probably going to give a little bit of this away when I tell you this, but even with a cab forward pickup or cab forward design, the front axle is still way too back, even for a tilt cab. So I either have to pick the engine up and remount the engine farther back, and then move the rear axle back, because if I don't move the rear axle back, it won't work for what I want to do. I need the wheelbase to be longer. So the options are this: I can either take the front axle and move it forward, and then lift the engine and change the Cummins from a rear sump oil pan to a front sump oil pan to clear the front straight axle, or I can remove the engine, move it back farther, reset it at the height that I want, and position it on the front axle where it's at, and don't move the front axle, and then just move the rear suspension back. If I had my preference, I don't want to move the front axle. I'd rather leave it alone. And it's much easier. Well, I don't know if it's much easier, but I like the idea of moving the rear axle a lot more than moving the front axle. So there's where I'm at, and I haven't made a decision yet. But if I can get this figured out the next day or so, that's where we're going to go. Regardless, I'm moving one or the other axle. So that's where we're at with that, and I'll bring you along as I get to that decision. But I just wanted to show you guys where we're headed. This is kind of difficult to do because my Freightliner is a 6-speed manual. So as you see, I keep flipping hands with the camera because I don't have a mount in the truck or a suction mount or something like that. So I keep switching hands. But we're not too far from the scrapyard now. About 15-20 minutes. But I hope to get this thing off and get to work today. I got a lot going on. I got to laser measure the post for that shed today. That's the first priority I have, so we can get working on setting the post and really get moving and see what the rain situation looks like. But anyway, so back to the bus. I don't want to make this any longer than it has to, and you know, I want to make mention of this while I'm thinking of it. And you know, Jonathan, in one of his last videos, said something about, you know, watch time. And you know, on every video we do, YouTube has what they call an analytics page. And what that is the watch time, what the average time is your videos get watched. And and I understand where it's coming from, because it's a little disheartening, and I don't know, it's kind of a letdown sometimes when you look at it, because if you make the average video, you know, 10 to 13 minutes, and your watch time, mine right now is at 5.54 is my average. So you wonder if you just need to shorten the videos to 6 minutes, because that's as long as the average person watches. But then again, I look at some of the other videos I've done, and sorry about that, and they have a watch time of you know, the full view of 13 minutes, and some of them, you know, are 10 minutes or something like that, and I get full views, and I can see that on the page per video, what the average is per video. And that kind of tells us what more people are interested in by what the watch time is and how many views there are. So I understand what he's saying, because it's kind of upsetting when, you know, I don't know how to take it sometimes. You can't please everybody, but you try and make it as interesting as possible, because the whole reason of doing it is to share what you're doing with people. And so I can understand his frustration there of the 6 minutes, and I've often looked at it as though, you know, what can I do differently? What can I change to make this better? And I guess the reality is, it is what it is, and that's just all it can be. I'm just going to do what I do, and if it works, I guess it works, and if it don't, well, then I guess it doesn't. But we're going to give it our best shot to try and make it interesting. You know, some things are more interesting than others, and I get it. You know, it seems like the Snap-on tools at the tool haul, that's always a good one. I get more views and more watch time on tools and truck starting problems, no starts, or first starts, like he was saying. Those seem to be the most popular. But anyways, I'm just going to do what we do, and hopefully Jonathan keeps going with what he does, because, man, I got to tell you, I'll miss it if he doesn't do as many videos as he does. I look forward to it all the time. I mean, that's the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. I even check to see if there's any new videos to the people I subscribe to before I check my email. I do that before I get my morning coffee. But anyhow, I'm going to get off that because it's turning into a rant here. We're getting close to the scrapyard, so hang in there. I'll get you a shot of what this thing weighs. I think my truck weighs under 13,000. We'll see how close I am. I think it's under 13,000 empty, so I think we're going to run in at 24,000 maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I'll bring you along. It'd be nice to see. Maybe I'll hold that off. Maybe I'll hold that weight off and let you guys guess to see what you think the bus body weighs. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna hold off that bus weight of the body and let all you guys guess and see what you think it weighs. guys, as you see, it's gone. Came off no problems. We got a little video for you so you can see how it came off. I got an idea. I'm gonna let you guys guess what the bus body weighed. Just the body, not my truck. Just what the actual weight of the bus body was. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up for now, and we're going to take it in the tens of pounds. We're not going to go down to, you know, 3, 4, 5, up to 10 pounds, up to 9 pounds. We're going to stop it. So if your guess is 25,950, that's close enough. The scrapyard isn't going to go down to, you know, 1 pound, 2 pound on tons. So we're going to leave it at that. So get your guess in. Now, what I came up with, what I just thought of, is whoever guesses the exact amount, I mean the exact, not close, not the closest guy, if somebody can guess the exact amount, and you get one guess, one person, one guess, not multiple, so, you know, take your time and think about it. And whoever gets spot on, I'm going to send you a brand new Snap-on Tools hat. So, I'm going to run this, today's Tuesday, I'm going to run it until Friday, what's that going to be, the 16th, I believe? Friday, June 16th, 2017, until 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturday morning, when I tally it up or look through, I'm going to see who got it. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to stop it if somebody guesses early, because that's no fun for nobody. So it's going to run through, and I'm not going to look at them. I'm not going to pay attention to them. I'm going to kind of ignore it, because I don't want to be unfair to anybody who gets a chance to vote or to guess. So you got plenty of time. Get your guess in. Let's see what it weighs. I'm anxious. I can't wait. Actually, I want to send somebody a new Snap-on hat too. So I like that pretty well. So anyways, there you go. Get your guess in, and we will see how close you guys can come. I mean, was I dead on? Was I over? Or was I not enough? I guess we'll find out on Friday. Alright guys, that's it. We'll see you on the next one.